Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to talk about how I'm going to do the next set of readings and deliver the kind of the practice message that I got, because it's actually coming through really interesting already. Now the way that I'm going to do this set of readings is I'm going to actually pull cards off camera. You can trust me. So basically my process is I've got 6 decks. 5 of them are by an artist or a creator called Colette Baron Reid, and then I have another deck which is The Sacred Forest by Denise Lynn. So you should be able to find all these decks quite easily if you need to. But basically, I'm just going to get each deck, shuffle it until the card, well, however many cards want to come out. The card comes out, I go through each deck, get all the cards that have come out together, reshuffle them to see what order they want to come out in. And that's how I'm going to do this set of readings. And then I just kind of spend time with it, and it's rather than reading the cards, like knowing the meaning of the card, I'm really mostly using the images to kind of tell a story. So it's the style of readings that you see people like San Tarot doing, or MN Tarot, and it's just the style that I've been guided to do for this set of readings. In fact, now there's something coming through. I keep getting owls and buffaloes. So sorry, I'm kind of standing up and sitting down to do this reading, so you might hear me shifting around. Also, my daughter's in the background. Do you want to say hi? Hello. Playing Stardew Valley, so you may hear some background tinkering noises. Basically, I keep getting certain animals coming through. I'm getting owls, I'm getting buffaloes. Now I was thinking, what do these mean? The buffaloes were coming through, I think they originally came out in Capricorn's reading with this thing about ritual or sacrifice, because there's also a buffalo in a deck of cards where it's the Ten of Swords, which talks about almost that kind of like Julius Caesar stabbed in the back energy. Julius Caesar keeps coming through. The reference has come up multiple times today. In fact, my daughter was asking about him earlier on. So
rant about Rome.
Yeah, Julius Caesar could definitely be something for somebody. It's like the 3rd time I found myself talking about him today. So where am I going with this? But the thing with the owl and the buffalo, now, it kind of clicked into place in my head when, so some of you know that I play a computer game called The Sims. They added some content to the game, which was a pride flag with 2 feathers on. And I'd never really heard of this before, but it's a Native American or indigenous, it's kind of unique to that culture, and it's kind of an umbrella term to mean a lot of different kind of what we would call LGBTQT in kind of, I don't know, Western society, I guess. So it's this idea that you have both a masculine and a feminine soul, I think, if I understand it correctly. So it's just interesting that the owl and the buffalo are also kind of associated with Native American culture. So I don't know if there's something with that coming through for somebody, but I just wanted to mention it because it's coming up. Anything else that I'm seeing repeatedly? I don't think so. If anything pops into my head, I'll kind of let you know. Yeah, and so coincidentally, I've ended up using, buying 2 new decks. I was really getting this draw to get the decks that I've seen San Tarot using, and it's not because I've seen her using them, but I was getting this kind of like Native American stuff, and she's been using the Shaman Oracle decks. So I actually was like, I don't know if they're the decks I'm supposed to get, but I'm pretty sure I'm meant to get more decks by Colette Baron Reid. So I went through, and there's sort of like 5 that I added to my basket, and then I kind of went through and I was Googling images, and 2 images popped out specifically to me, and they were indeed both from the Shaman decks. So something to do with that coming through for some reason. I'm sure we'll get more info on that as the story kind of plays out. Okay, so to the test reading. So the images are telling me a story. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm sorry I'm waffling a little bit. I'll get into the swing of things eventually. Just bear with me. So to the story on the cards. Now, I've already done the practice reading, which I thought was interesting enough to put on camera. And I've also done Aries' reading for Monday. And there's a synchronicity happening between this reading and Aries' reading. So you may want to check out both, because I feel like we're going to see a story play out through these 13 readings. So if you're interested in checking them all out, please do so. to the first card. So the first card is a tarot card. It's Fortune's Wheel. So this does indicate a change of luck, a change of fortune, a new cycle coming in. I'm seeing Fortune's Wheel regularly. Excuse me. It seems to be a card that's coming up a lot. I was kind of seeing a lot of death energy, and it's one of those that I kind of tiptoe around when I'm seeing a lot of it. But it's like the things that have ended are passing. We've passed through those moments now. Like the death energy is kind of clearing out, and what's in its place is this kind of new energy coming in, a new cycle, a new fresh collective cycle for all of us. But to go to kind of the imagery of this card, it always looks to me a little bit like somebody who's peering over the edge of something. So with it being the Wheel of Fortune, Fortune's Wheel, it's like a wishing well, and it's like somebody's like, can you see this little face here? So it's like we're in the well and we're looking up and we're seeing this person kind of peering in, and they're kind of dropping things in and making their wish. So it's like this person's throwing coins into the well, and maybe this is something that this person does regularly, or they're throwing a lot of coins into the well. But it's like, or it could just be like everybody's wishes, right? So this, like, one figure could be representing a lot of people, like the collective energy, the collective manifestation energy, or the collective wishes. But it is like somebody, it's like somebody throwing something into a well and then hearing like an echo, or hearing a voice, or hearing a sound that makes them peer over the edge. It's like, is there something in the well? And it's like, yes. So there's two characters in this reading. Whoever this person symbolizes, who's out of the well making the wish, which I want to say is probably us, like collectively trying to manifest things. And then there's the person in the well. So if I show you these two cards together, can you see how the moon here, this circle, is almost like the circle here? So it's almost like, if you imagine, again, we're in the well, and this is like the light coming in at the top. So it's like the darkness is in the well, and then this is like the light coming through the opening. And it's like this person, so if you look really closely, you can kind of see all these little sparkles coming down. So it's like the stuff that's being thrown in the well is like coming down. And then the character in the well is kind of howling. It's like, I'm in the well, help me, you know, like throw a ladder down. So it's like this, obviously I doubt somebody's in a well. Like, I don't really think this is going to play out for every single person that's watching this reading. But I want to say it's like a metaphor for us having dreams and wishes, us trying to manifest, us wishing on a star, or praying, or whatever it is that you do to kind of ask the universe for things. And maybe having some kind of a little ritual around that as well. Like I throw a stone into this river every day when I walk past, or I put £1 in my money tin every day, or I feed the birds every day. You know, whatever it is, it's like it could be something that's done often, and then waiting for a response, right? Waiting to hear the response back from the universe, waiting for the universe to howl back out. So it's like it is howling, but for some reason we're only just, it's almost like hearing a voice on the wind, or you know, hearing an echo, or having an inkling. It doesn't seem like we're fully aware of whatever this is. And the reason why I'm saying that is, and this is magic, by the way, so again, magic and manifestation coming through here. Again, watch Aries' reading because it comes up again. But if you look here, again, it's this person's throwing the dreams and wishes into the well. And then the way I'm seeing it is almost like this chameleon is in, it's like in the well. It's like the wolf and the chameleon are the same energy. It's like the thing that's in the well. So it could be spirit, it could be, I don't know, somebody that we're wishing for, or it could be an ancestor that's passed over, and we're, I don't know, like watering a tree that we've planted in their memory, thinking, am I ever going to see the sign? Am I ever going to, you know, I told them that when they passed over, they were to send a robin, you know, something like that. It doesn't have to be literally that, but it's like, when am I going to see the sign? When am I going to get the code word? You know, when am I going to get the response? Like, I'm doing my side, I'm making the wishes, I'm feeding the birds, whatever it is, I'm watering the plant. And it's like the energy in the well is, it's like it's in there, but can you see it's like camouflage? So the chameleon is, my daughter corrected me on this actually, she said they don't change colour to camouflage, they change colour because they get of their mood, right?
Yeah. They're conveying to other chameleons.
Oh, right, okay. So it's like, I'm grumpy today, don't come talk to me. So it'll be a certain colour. But the way that I'm reading it is it's camouflaging. And the reason why it's camouflaging, even though, so all this stuff that's falling down is the stuff that's being thrown in the well, right? It's like it's falling past them. You can kind of see he's like looking back and thinking, oh my goodness, all this stuff's falling on me. But it's like this second energy is trying to camouflage itself because it's really trying to hold on to its position. It's trying to hold on to its composure. It's in a precarious situation. So it's like, I'm trying to not be noticed. I can't move. I can't really shout back. I can't signal back because I'm in a precarious situation, right? I'm on this branch. If I move, I might fall off, is the way it's coming through. Oh, gosh, I hope nobody is down a well. So then going to, and there's some kind of progress here as well, because from different decks, we've got 14, 15. So it's like things are progressing. So I want to say that the person who's out of the well is not seeing any movement. It's almost like, again, like they're sat there, they're wishing, they're praying, they're doing their rituals. And it's like, when is this manifestation going to come into me? When am I going to hear a response from that person? Something like this. When am I going to see movement from the universe? So again, it's like so it's either the person in the bottom of the well being in a precarious position, right? Because it's like, if you move, you're going to fall off that rock. You know, you've got nowhere to go. Just like the chameleon sat on the branch. So, or it's the person who's up out of the water, right? Out of the well, sitting there almost like turning to stone because they've been waiting for so long, is how that's coming through to me. Elephants could be symbolic. Wolfants could be symbolic. Wolves, elephants, chameleons, bobcats. That's a lot of typing.
I'm Googling something.
So I don't really know why the bobcat's here. Again, it could be significant to one of you, but I don't really know. I don't really know the significance of the bobcat. Maybe somebody's called Bob. And it's funny that the card is actually Life is a Mystery. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why this card's here. It's not really telling me anything other than this person may be quite intently focused because it's front facing. There could be something about looking back at the past, because everything's kind of looking back. And the Six of Cups is a card about nostalgia. So maybe nostalgia for the past, again, maybe nostalgia for somebody who's passed over, waiting for them to send you a signal. And it's like almost turning to stone because they've been waiting for so long. So I call this my stomachache card. It's like really longing for something, longing for something so badly your tummy hurts. And there's this, you can see that the reflection in the water is a different character. So again, it's like the symbology of the person at the top of the well, right? Or above water, looking down into water. And again, water can symbolize the spirit realm as well. So it could be that for some of you. But like the person at the top who's been feeding the fish or throwing the coins in, doing the ritual, thinking, when am I going to get a response from the universe? When am I going to get a response from a person? And really, really having that sense of like longing. It's quite it's like painful as well. Desperately wanting it. And again, could be something about the past. And it's like, to me, it's like this person gives up. So you can see here these two otters on this card. And again, this is manifesting dreams. So there's a lot of stuff about magic and manifestation. Life is a mystery, trust the universe, all this kind of stuff. Like God moves in mysterious ways. So you can see, again, this otter here is kind of on this rock. And it's as though they're turning away. It's as though that they've given up hope. Like they're tired of waiting. They thought that I'm wasting money, I'm wasting time here. I keep doing this thing and I'm not getting any response. I'm just going to give up, I'm just going to turn away. And this poor otter, can you see how sad it looks? It's like so disappointed, it breaks my heart. But the thing is, it's like there's nothing there, it's all in my imagination. It's like something like that, it's this giving up energy. But it's like, wait a bit longer, or as soon as you turn away, something like that. I'll come to that in a minute, but it's like there's something about the second character. So the energy down the well, or the energy in the water, where they are there and they are trying to call to you, right? They're desperately trying to call to you or signal to you, but you're not hearing them or you're not seeing them. So there's something almost like this person is, it's like maybe you can hear them, but you can't see them. So if you imagine it was like an ancestor coming to visit you, you can like when people say, oh, I feel like there's a ghost in this room because I could feel the temperature of the air change, but you can't see it. And then it's like, am I tricking myself? It's something like that. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but that's the kind of message that's coming through. It's like, you heard enough. Your intuition may be symbolized by the wolf. It's like you sensed there was something there in the first place. That's why you started doing this thing. You had hope in the first place, or you had an inkling or an intuition that something was there. But this thing is just, it's like invisible to you is the way it's coming through, because it's camouflaged. It's completely like, but I want to say it is sending you messages. It is trying to call out to you like desperately, because if you look on this card, there's all these like orbs around a head, right? All these like pearls that are floating around. And it's like these symbolize, I don't know, the call or the messages or whatever this second energy is doing to try and communicate. Being completely, being surrounded by them, but almost like so focused on one thing, or like the awareness being the capability of this person's awareness to perceive all these things that are surrounding it. So again, it could be like how wolves have, I think there was something in, whose reading was it now? I feel like it could have been Sagittarius's reading, but I'm not 100% sure. It might have been the collective message. There was something about animals having a greater perception than us. So you know how like it's said that rats would flee the Titanic, right? Or the rats would flee a sinking ship before the ship went down, because they had that sense that something was going to happen. So it's like animals around you behaving differently. Or like when cats like look at something and chase something, but there's nothing there. It's that kind of thing of like, dogs can hear really well and smell really well, and owls can see at night, and bats have sonar. It's like different animals have different abilities, and because we're human, we might not have the ability to perceive everything that's happening around us. Another example would be like color blindness, right? If you're colorblind, you cannot see the same spectrum of colors as somebody with full vision who's going to see a bigger spectrum. And then there's animals that have an even bigger spectrum of colors. So because our perception isn't great enough to fully see everything in our environment, like we're missing the signs, we're missing these signals that are coming through. And then even here, so it looks like, to me, like the thing that was down the well has finally figured out a way to actually surface, like actually to come out. So it's like sorry, there's all mud everywhere because I've got my new plants, which I'm quite excited to kind of show off on camera. That's why I've got a slightly different camera angle. It's like the magic has happened. This character here has suddenly found a way to fly up out of the water to where you are. And so it's like, as you turn away, as you give up, it's there, right? It's like right there, like still signaling to you, still calling out to you, like desperately trying to call out to you. Like, look at the kind of desperation of these, like desperately calling out for your attention. And yet this person's kind of given up hope, they've turned to leave, but it's like they are there, right? They're right there, they're surfacing. So again, it's like, as this person who's at the top turns to leave, unbelievably as well, like I cannot make this up. So this is the order that the cards came out. I didn't actually reshuffle them because I was like, it's already told me the story. This is the first card that came out, and it gave me the wishing well. And then the last card came out was the wishing well. Like, I can't make it up. This is genuinely how it happened. I was like, I knew I was picking up on that. So it's like all of a sudden it comes back out, and it's bringing back everything that you threw into that well. So again, it could be like you were charitable in the past, you made your donation every month, and then it's like the universe brings it back to you. It's like everything that you put in, you're getting back, and probably more, right? It's like the wheel has turned in your favor. So if you felt like you were throwing money away, perhaps throwing money away on a dream that wasn't getting realized, it's like you're about to get paid back. But it comes in at that moment where you're just about to give up, like you've just turned away. So, do you see what I mean? It's like just as you turn your back on that wishing well and you give up on that dream and you take a few steps, it's like, surprise, I'm here. Like, it's so funny how it's coming through. Now, the wishing well can sometimes come through with a meaning of all that glitters is not gold, or be careful what you wish for. But this, I'm not reading that today whatsoever. I want to mention it because maybe some of you just want to just be a little bit careful, right? Don't throw your money away on things. But I'm really seeing it as like the wheel turning in your favor, everything that you put in suddenly coming back to you, and this person suddenly, this spirit suddenly, like it's manifesting, but it's manifesting like you only see part of it. It's like almost like you know, if somebody was in the water and they just kind of, or say you're in the water and you just kind of like push your face in, it's like you're just getting a glimpse of this thing pushing through. But yeah, it's like surprise, it's here, it's manifested, is the way it's coming through. So really, really cool reading. I think there was another number synchronicity as well. Like, I'm just looking. I think it was like 10 and 15 makes 25. So I was kind of getting this thing about the numbers, like 28 to 48. It's like something's going to double or something's going to increase by 10 or something like that. But it's really cool. It's really, really cool. And that's what I've got so far. So that's the collective message. It was the practice message. But I thought it was such an interesting story that I wanted to kind of share it with you all and just tell you kind of what my plan is for the week. So I'm going to leave it there. And yeah, if you've got the time, maybe like when you're washing pots, or I don't know, you just want some kind of background noise, if you kind of want to kind of watch all the readings, I feel like it's going to be an ongoing storyline. Because like I say, I've already done Aries' and again, I know this sounds like I'm trying to get you all to watch my videos, but I'm finding it fascinating, and I don't know, the option's there if you want it. But yeah, I've already pulled Aries' reading, and it's like there are synchronicities like crazy. So I'm really excited. I just kind of want to do them all at once, but I can't because there's a bigger time commitment from me from doing this type of reading, because it's just a longer system of doing it, right? It's not like pull the cards on camera, done, boom. It's pull the cards off camera, sit there, let the message come through, leave it for a bit to see if any more messages come through, and then record it on camera. So it's a longer version of doing it for me. But I love this style. I think it's fascinating. So, one last thing. I did randomize the song. I said, what is this reading all about? Can I get some more information? And it gave me the song You by Blanco, Marshmallow and Vance Joy. So it's in the moments when I hear my voice but don't feel like myself. I'm not good at singing, I'm bad at singing. In the moments when I hear my voice but don't feel like myself, I wish I could hold you, it's only you. So there's this like intense longing for the other. I wish I could hold you, but you're at a distance from me, right? In the moments when I walk these city streets with someone else, I wish I'd told you it's only you. Only you, when the night is over, out of all the places I could choose, I'd go to you. I feel you just below the surface, darling. All I want to do is go to you. So that thing about I feel you just below the surface. It's like you are aware of this thing. Like you feel them. You feel the presence around you. I want to say it's not in your imagination. And then this line as well, there were times when you would reach out for a little more of me. Now I can see how much you hurt when I stood still, right? It's like this person who's frozen. So they're stood still, they're not responding, and this person's hurt by it. So the language of the song really fits in with what I'm seeing in the cards. But I'm learning what it's like to open up a different side, because when something hurts this much, I know it's real. I feel you just below the surface, and I'm getting on with getting through, because things are good and getting better. Holding on until forever doesn't seem to feel so far away. So yeah, I go to you. So it's like the manifestation is coming in. This person's coming in. The signs are coming in. Yeah, Check out the description box down below if you want more songs, because I always randomise a few when I'm uploading the reading as well. So there should be like an advice song for you there and stuff. But whatever pops out to you. And if it's just a story, it's just a story. Don't make it fit if it doesn't resonate. I'm going to go. I'm going to pull out Aries' cards and do that reading. I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.